Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the road to 180. This is my journey of getting from 240 pounds all the way down to 180 pounds as quickly as possible, and of course as close to 180 pounds as possible. If this is your first time viewing this series, I'm going to post a quick recap of the rules right on the screen here, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, as I'm recording this on Sunday, February 12th, my weigh-in for today was 223.8 pounds, which is a 3.2 pound decrease from last week. And I gotta say, it's pretty good. It's certainly more than I expected. We're aiming for around 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. But who knows? It might have been that I actually got some decent sleep this week. But I don't give a shit. We'll take it. And yeah, I'm stoked to be closer and closer to the goal. Actually, probably within a couple of weeks, we'll be a third of the way there already, which is just crazy to think about. That, you know, in about 2 months, we've already accomplished, you know, a third of our goal. But I mean, hopefully it can all keep going as well as it has been. So as always, I will post a progress picture on the screen in comparison to my original progress picture. And again, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of difference. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but we're probably only really going to see the difference once I hit around like 210, 200, and then the differences will be quite striking. What did I eat this week? So I really dialed in, I have to say. I know in my previous video I said we're probably going to try to eat closer to 2,000 like I should be. I decided to, you know, not quite midweek, but I decided to say, you know what? Let's eat around 1,900 calories anyway. Just because, again, I don't necessarily want to be, well, I want it to be done as fast as possible. Let's just put it that way. And I think that 1,800 to 1,900 is still going to keep me full, but because it's been working so far over the past couple of weeks. And also the reason for it is because I was eating so closer to, you know, 1,500, 1,600 last week. I didn't want to immediately jump up to around 2,000 and then jeopardize any particular, let's say, my weigh-ins or anything like that. I think I finally found, you know, a good cutting caloric target. So we're going to stick with that for as long as I can. Hopefully the metabolism doesn't crater out too much. And if it does, then that's when the real fun begins. And we'll have to go back to eating 1,500 calories for the business end of the cut. But essentially, for foodstuffs that I ate, again, I'm terrible at taking pictures, so you'll have to forgive me. If you want to see a video of like what I eat in a day, just drop it in the comments below. But what I ate was a lot of pork, so that's done now. All of my eggs are done, so I have to go grocery shopping. Some steak. Thankfully, I pick up these 10-ounce strip loins that, you know, don't have a whole lot of fat on them, which for me is a crime because the golden, you know, cooked fat on the steak is literally the best part. But for caloric purposes, they work out great. I think they're only about like 550 calories or something like that. And I have a bunch of them in my freezer, so I've been eating a lot of that. Honey, of course, which I'm also out of, and I have to pick up more. And I've been dipping into my whey protein shakes. And the reason for this is just because sometimes I won't be able to get in the total requisite amount of protein. As you've seen from the rules, I have to get in around, you know, 100. I have to get in at least 150 grams a day, but I'm trying to up that to anywhere between like 180 to 220, just so that way I can sort of, if I overshoot it, at the very least, I'll make sure that I won't lose any muscle during this cut, because obviously that's what it's for. I'm trying to get shredded like a julienne salad, if you will. Now, update on the workouts. So I'll post the numbers on the screen here in comparison to what they were before. Good news is that I've maxed out on the dumbbell rows, so I won't be doing those anymore. I'll be doing barbell rows instead, although I might switch that up again because I do notice that it is putting a lot of abdominal pressure on my hernia site, and I don't want to risk weakening it or it popping, so I might switch it up into like lat pull downs or something or other. Still something to train the back with a decent amount of volume. Of course, as I mentioned in my previous videos, due to my injury, I've had to deload for a lot of my exercises. You'll notice that again, the chest press is still steadily increasing. That's not a problem. The dips are increasing, which is good. My lateral raises as well. But for me, the toughest pill to swallow is the fact that I had to deload on my squats. And you'll notice that I have hack squats there too. And the reason for this is much the same reason for the barbell that I gave for the barbell rows. I do feel some abdominal pressure. I don't want the hernia to pop back out again and to fuck up the mesh. But at the same time as well, I think I really need to start working on my form because I'm noticing myself, even with 200 pounds, which for me was always easy, I notice myself getting caught in the hole a lot of times, and I really have to struggle to save the squat and to get back out of there. So I don't know. I think I might be incorporating some more leg presses, some more hack squats as well, just to add more volume in there. And of course, like, you can put more weight on it, and you can train at a higher volume as well. Just hopefully that will help to strengthen my leg muscles in order to make sure that like you don't fail and that these are a little bit easier. But yeah, that's sort of the toughest pill to swallow at this point, having to deload on my squats. But at the same time, I am happy for it because I don't want to run the risk of getting injured, like slipping a disc or having a hernia pop out. And honestly, at this point, I'm not really trying to break records. I'm just trying to, maintain as much muscle as possible. And if I can get stronger while I do it, then there we go. So, general thoughts on the journey. I mean, shit, for the 6th episode, like, it's going pretty well. I mean, there were some minor hiccups, you gotta say, especially with those stupid konjac noodles, and then, of course, going on vacation. But I don't know, and even after that, not being able to sleep. But I've got a couple of days of good, nice, restful sleep, not waking up with an alarm. And I mean, even then, I still wake up at 7 o'clock, so whatever. But it is, I do feel a lot more rested. I feel a lot better, and again, I'm just really, really excited. The momentum's really kicked in right now. We're on rails. It's, I don't really know what other superlative to put onto it, but essentially everything's going fantastic. Essentially right now, I just have to make sure that I keep the momentum going, that I don't stumble. I think I've got some vacation coming up in the springtime, but it's really all like plan dependent. So we will have to wait and see what that goes, like how that all shakes out. I'm not really the biggest fan of vacations, as many of you may know, but I mean, sometimes you got to do it. But yeah, aside from that, the goal is for this one, let's make like a really good another like 4 or 5 weeks just to see how far we can get. By my calculations, if we do end up, let's say in 5 weeks, if we keep that 2-pound consistent drop, we'll be at, oh my god, mental math is not with me this morning. So I'll be at around from today, I'll be like 213.8. So like 214 pounds, which is going to be crazy. I haven't been below 220 in almost 2 decades. So it's well, not almost 2 decades, but like, but you know what I mean, since high school, I guess. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm rambling right now, so I think we'll put it in a pin there. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like on the video and a comment down below to share your thoughts. Thanks again for all the support, and I will see you all with an update next week. Have a great week, everybody.